All right, we are live. So, just gonna go and get this set up on the laptop here. Not really sure who's gonna join or what we're gonna chat about, but I figured I would just, come on for a bit. Just trying to get things set up. Not sure who is here, but still just trying to get things set up. Oh, hey, Byron, what's up, man? Let me know if everything sounds and looks okay. Trying to just watch this on my laptop here to make sure everything's good. Okay, at your end? All right, awesome. My laptop, when I looked at it on the screen here, was telling me it wasn't going very well. I don't know. So anyway, looks like we're good. Looks like we're live. Looks like everything is working well. So, all right, we've got Byron, we've got Dan. It looks like we got 4 people all together. So when you join in, go ahead and smash the like button first thing if you don't mind. That would be great. Dan sales are back in 5 to 10, just popping to shops. Sounds good. So guys, I just wanted to jump on here today and just have a chat. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea really what this is going to be about. You can ask me whatever you want. We can chat about whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. But I just kind of started my day today. It is 3:10 p.m. here right now, and I've basically been filming videos since about, I don't know, 10 o'clock this morning or something. Made a couple different recipe videos, meal prepped for the week. And yeah, I was able to get 2 videos uploaded and scheduled for the next couple of Saturdays for my recipe demos. So definitely excited about that. I like being ahead of the game. What's everybody else up to this weekend? 7 to 10 p.m. 7:10 p.m. there. Yeah, I just finished watching Dan's video, and it was like what, 16 or 17 degrees over there today, where he is anyway, in England. So, yeah. Well, I assume you're pretty close, Byron. Man, I'm so jealous. I would love it to be 14, 15, 16 degrees Celsius right now in late February. That's insane. So, I mean, if that's global warming, I'll take it. But I've come to realize you guys have it a little bit easier over there across the pond than I thought. So, who knows? Maybe I'll have to start spending my winters somewhere warmer. And I never thought that that would be in the UK, but I guess it is. What do you got going on this weekend, Byron? $16C. Yeah, Jesus, man. It's crazy. Enjoyed yesterday's recipe. Yeah, that was the chili, right? Man, that chili was really good. I enjoyed that. I ate that pretty much twice a day for a week. Should be 8C. So the fact that it should be still 8 degrees Celsius in late February tells me that your climate is way better than ours. And that Canada sucks for that reason, because it's typically going to be between 0 and minus 8C here this time of the year. So, I mean, 8C for me, that's, I can be out running in shorts and a t-shirt in 8C. That's amazing. But yeah, so, just been working this, well, it's been a good weekend. Um, I won't get any details and specifics because it's a personal thing that has nothing to do with me or even really Jamie, but she was gone away for a while. So she got back Friday night, which was awesome. Um, and yeah, so yesterday we just kind of chilled and watched some movie and stuff. And then today just getting lots done, filming videos and whatnot. So need to go south for sure. Yeah, man, I know it. I definitely need to go south. It was funny because last year in April when I went to Phoenix for a work thing, so when I left the Toronto airport in April, there was snow on the ground. It was like, I don't know, about 0. And when I landed in Phoenix, a few hours later, it was something like 26 or 28 degrees Celsius. And of course, they're like, holy crap, snow. I was telling the cab driver on the way from the airport to the hotel, and he's just like, I can't even imagine that. Like, he's probably never seen snow or only a couple times in his life. And then just the fact that I had just come from snow to Phoenix, I think really amused him. I could see myself going back there again sometime, though. That's a great city. But yeah, so just been chilling inside. I haven't gone out for a run this weekend. I got a couple of groups that we sometimes run on the weekends, and they all invited me, but hey, first weekend back with Jamie, so not going to interrupt that to go running in a group. It's going to take up most of the day by the time I get there and do it. So, but yeah, I just figured I'd pop on for a bit, see what's up, see what everyone's talking about. I watched a couple good videos today. I saw Hench Herbivore's response video to Tim Sheaf. That was hilarious. You're saying Vegas got snow, very rare for Jenny and Team Broccoli. Yeah, that was interesting to see that. Um, I don't think they typically get any snow at all. And then I saw that, who had posted it the other day? I saw somebody, I think it might have been Rich Roll, posted that it was snowing in a part of Hawaii that may have like never seen snow before ever. Like, it's not uncommon up in the mountains, but this was like at relatively low, low elevation. Dan Run says back, weather was abnormally warm today. Yeah, man, 16, 17 degrees Celsius. Like, what the hell? Can you send some of that my way? Because, I mean, that's perfect running weather. Like, when I ran the May marathon, last year, it was like 14 starting out and probably finished at like 18, and that was just perfect. Ran that. I started off with a shirt on, but I think I finished that one without a shirt or maybe just a small technical tee. But yeah, that was perfect weather. But definitely once you get up in like the mid-teens, I'm running shirtless. I mean, that's just awesome. Yeah, they don't typically get snow in Las Vegas, right? Yeah, that's what I figured. That is what I figured. But I don't know. It's interesting because I don't think people really understand like what that really means, like the polar vortex and the changing, really cold in some areas that don't get it, and then really warm in other areas that shouldn't be warm. Like, shit's changing for sure. So we got Byron, we got Dan. Anybody else here? I see that there's 5 people watching, but of course one of those would be me on my laptop. So feel free to show yourselves. We don't bite, not very hard anyway. But yeah, guys, I really don't have anything planned for this one. This is just kind of me jumping on here to chat a little bit, answer any questions, whatever. We can chat about whatever. I'm just kind of enjoying my Sunday afternoon. Like I said, made some videos earlier, so Just hanging out now until a little bit later. Probably in a couple hours, Jamie and I will watch a movie or something. But Byron says, missed the last couple of live streams. Back live streaming now. Is it working out better off Patreon? I don't know. I mean, technically, having patron only live streams and only having a handful of patrons or whatever. Obviously, that's not going to be a big audience or anything. But I've done a few live streams here and there, and never really know how they're going to turn out because I don't have a big channel or anything. But no, it's been fun. I enjoy it sometimes, like, days like today where I really have nothing prepared. Obviously, I'm counting on people showing up and helping to steer the conversation, but then ones like the other day where it was basically just live streaming about my reaction to Tim Sheaf and all that. That's a little bit easier to navigate through because, people are going to join that in, no problem. When I just leave it vague and open like this, like Q&A Hangout, obviously, what does that mean? That could be anything, so. 918 subs. Got anything planned for 1K subs? I don't know. It's crazy. Like, I know I've had my channel for a long time, but I've never really thought about, the channel growth or hitting milestones or whatever. It's definitely grown a lot in the last couple of months. Picked up some momentum, so maybe for 1K subs, I don't know if I'll do like a giveaway or something like that, but I'm definitely still not anywhere close to the watch time that I need in the last 12 months to get monetized or anything like that, which I don't even really care about. This channel isn't about like making pennies on the dollar for the ad space or anything, but yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I may do a giveaway or something, but I'm not really sure about that. Depends on when it happens. Dan, you say you may just have to consider the shirtless option. Maybe just write "mind" on your chest to support the cause. Yeah. Okay, so I just watched your video, and I want to reiterate, big time. All right. If you have any doubt at all about chafing with that vest or anything like that, definitely put on the Body Glide for the marathon. But in case you are not aware, you definitely want to bandage over your nipples. Trust me, that is something that out on a really long run, even with the best technical tee, you're out there for a marathon, you could be in trouble if you don't do that. So trust me on that. Put bandages over the nipples or run it shirtless, whatever your option is. Dan runs, put an arrow on your chat pointing up. Oh, on your chest pointing up. Oh, yeah. I got you. But yeah, anyway, just play it safe on race day. That's all I'm saying. There you go. Yeah, Dan, so that's coming up. The Brighton Marathon, that's in April or something, right? And you've got your first, I think you've got back-to-back weekends of half marathons coming up soon. Like you got one in like 2 weeks and then one in 3 weeks or something. You're definitely ready for those, that's for sure. I would recommend, if you have a chance, depending on where it falls in on your training and whatnot, if you have an opportunity to make a half marathon, kind of a peak sort of run before you taper, throw in a little 10 or 11K warm-up beforehand and then race the half marathon and make that your last 32. That's a great option if that's only about 3 weeks out from the marathon. I don't know if that'll sync up for you, this time around, but yeah, as far as plans go for 1K or something, I don't know. I've never really thought about that. I mean, this channel's like 4.5 years old and still not at 1,000 subs. I mean, I've gone through spurts where I'm putting in effort on this channel and not, so whatever happens, happens. But I don't know. Would you be interested in some kind of a giveaway? Let me know in the comments whatever you guys think I should do. What should I do for my 1K subscriber? Should I do a giveaway? Should I do some kind of a special video? Give me some ideas, folks, because I don't know. I'm not very good at this, obviously. It took me 4.5 years to get to this point. But people do tend to be, it seems like people are really enjoying the recipe videos. I never really did put a lot of food content on this channel. So it seems like people are enjoying that more. So maybe that's a driver. I don't know. Having the weekly Saturday morning recipe videos seems to be helping. A video about how I got started on creating a channel. Okay, yeah, that could work. That could work. Because that would probably be a good update. I don't think I've done anything like that in a while, so that could work. At one point in time, I thought I might do a little giveaway for this hat, but I got to be honest, now I'm starting to wear it a little bit more, and I'm liking it more, so I can't give it away. But here we are, February 24th, Nova Scotia, Canada, and it's about -10 out there today. We're gonna get a snowstorm overnight, so I don't know. It's gonna be difficult to get more running in over this next couple of weeks, but I still don't know for sure what's gonna happen on the for the half marathon I had planned. So Dan says body glide in hand, nipple things on order. Good. You need that. Jenny says liked the mukbang I did. Yeah, that was a fun video actually. That was actually a really fun video. I enjoyed doing that, and so I might do another video like that, or live mukbangs or something, because it's kind of fun. It's more informal. That's why I like live streaming. I can just come on here and just ramble for an hour or whatever. Byron, you say I should do more happy, healthy, vegan live streams. Good exposure. Yeah, true enough. And you know what? I do try to jump on as often as I can. I think they generally do things on the weekends, and it's a little bit late in the day for me usually when they tend to do it. And I know, Byron, you're usually up till like 2 or 3 a.m. So you'll laugh at this, but I'm usually in bed by like 9 o'clock, so it's a little bit tough for me to get on the happy, healthy, vegan live streams. But I do like doing that, and I'm glad that Ryan made me a mod over there. And yeah, it is good exposure for sure. And I like those guys. They were inspirational to me when I first started going vegan, and when I first started up a channel. So it's nice to be able to give something back to them. But then also, yeah, I mean, getting the name out there, that's great. Dan Run says, in 2 weeks and 3 weeks, your half marathons, then Brighton is in 6 weeks. Okay, so the second half marathon gives you a chance to do a 10K before or after. Okay, for sure. I would definitely recommend, well, I mean, it worked for me. I have my half marathon personal best is after doing an 11K warm up and making that my 32K long run before the marathon 3 weeks out. So I think that is a really good confidence boosting. It's a really good confidence boosting run when you do that, to be able to go out and nail a 32 in a race environment, because it really simulates the marathon. So if you have that chance, I recommend that you take it. It doesn't always work out that you have a half marathon 3 weeks before the marathon. So do it if you can, in my opinion. Running with Mark. Hey, Mark, what's up, man? You say, hope you're good. Made it to a live stream. Yeah, awesome. Thanks for coming along. Should do a video about who I am, where I am. Unless that's too personal, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Would like to get to know me more now. We're e-friends, exactly. And you know what? So maybe I'll do that, and maybe I'll have a few extra topics or whatever. I mean, I've done some tag videos and stuff in the past, but I don't think I've done anything really now in pretty much a year that's kind of gotten into that. So yeah, it could be like a good little update, get to know me type vid. That's a good idea. Miss King. Hey, Miss King, thanks for popping by. I think my fair attitude, informed perspective, calming nature is why my channel does well. Thank you very much. It says, oh, and you say congrats on the 1K. I'm not there yet. I'm getting there. I'm over 900, but I'm not there yet. From Lauren and Johnny Scotland. Thank you very much. But yeah, it'll probably happen soon, and I appreciate those kind words, definitely. I try to be kind, I try to be calm. Obviously, every now and then I have like a rant video, or I'll kind of go off on people a little bit. It happens, but I try to remain balanced. And you know what? I don't feel bad about it if I do get a little bit worked up. It's for me, it's all about just accepting that, letting it happen as it comes to me, and then whatever, man, just move on, right? Byron, you say you stopped doing the Happy Healthy Vegan because of the time difference. Do East Coast US only now. 4 hours much easier than 8. Yeah, man, for sure. Like, I couldn't imagine being over there in the UK and doing LA time stuff. I mean, yeah, because I mean, they're not doing it in the morning usually. So, um, yeah, so these are all some good ideas. I'm going to take some notes here actually because honestly, I mean, I've got ideas for what I'd like to do, but I want to make content that people enjoy as well. So, you know, race lever. Okay, start over from the beginning. I just got here. Trace your words. All right. Okay. So I'm just going to do a recap for race lever. Um, Sitting here, not much going on. It's Sunday afternoon. Filmed 2 recipe videos this morning. Jamie's home, which is awesome. Talked to Dan about running a little bit. What am I going to do for my 1K subscribers, which is coming up probably in the next few, couple weeks or so. And then you showed up. So, hey, you're up to date. That was the really condensed version. Um, so, let's see here. It's 9:29 there, Mark. Okay, so there's oh wow. There's actually a 6-hour difference between here and Helsinki. I didn't realize that. I thought you're probably closer to the UK time, which is only 4 hours difference from here. So, all right. Yeah, so it's 3:30 here, or 17:30 as you, or no, 15:30 as you Europeans like to say. I'm a really bright guy, and I'm in sales, and I work with millions of dollars when I do estimates and stuff. But for some reason, adding 3 to 12 gave me 17. That's probably not good. All right, Car Lumen. Oh hey, how's it going? Thanks for popping by. Cannot wait for me to be at 1K. Deserve it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Lost Vegan Colby, man, what's up? How you enjoying that snow? Wow, 1K subs, almost a YouTube star, almost. I'm more like a YouTube nebula at this point. Race Lover says 1K subscriptions is a naked dance live stream. Obviously, we get to choose the songs you dance to. Well. You know, I think that that's probably not a good idea. Number one, I can't dance, and number two, no one wants to see me naked. But I like your sense of humor. I appreciate that. First song picked is Do You Really Want to Hurt Me by Boy George. Oh, God. Wow. Yeah, all right. I take it back. I don't like your sense of humor. Actually, no, I do. That's cool. I'm glad we all have fun here. Yeah, so, but I did want to point out, Lost Vegan Colby. So you guys recently got some snow. It's 17 degrees in the UK today, or it was. So what the hell's going on with that? I don't know. I'm in the wrong place, obviously. There's like -10 and a snowstorm happening tonight. But yeah, seriously though, great 1K ideas because well, except for race lovers, but that's okay. I'll still give you a thumbs up because I know you're trying. But yeah, because as much as I want to make, certain content or whatever, I mean, obviously, I don't want to make just a bunch of videos that I like that like no one cares about. I mean, obviously, I'm going to sprinkle in all kinds of different stuff, but I mean, the people have spoken. Your idea was the best. Yes, absolutely. In backwards land or in some other dimension, your idea was the best for sure. Agreed. How dare I put it to a vote? No, I didn't. You win. You absolutely win. Thank you. Yeah, tag get to know me. That's a good idea too, Mark. I like that. And actually, I mean, if there's anything that you want to know at any time during any of these live streams, go ahead and ask. So that's all good. Um, I'll just give a little brief overview for those maybe who don't know. So obviously, my name is John, and I'll be 36 this year. Don't let this baby face fool you. There's some white and some gray coming in here. Went vegan at 31, went vegetarian at 30, quit smoking about 5 years ago. Used to party a lot, used to really not give a shit about anything, but now kind of everything has changed and I've 180'd in my life and everything is all good. So here I am, the least likely vegan YouTuber you have ever seen. Probably. 20 things we don't know about you. Well, yeah, okay, that'll be a good idea. 20 things. I mean, I don't know what those things are because you guys might know a lot about me already, but that's not a bad idea. Yeah. So, what's everybody up to today? What do we want to do with this video, with this live stream we're at right now? Because I didn't come prepared at all. I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, that's generally what's going on, but especially today, I have no idea what's going on. I am relying 100% on you guys to drive this conversation because, as you can tell from the title, Q&A Hangout, I don't know. I've got nothing prepared. Byron says, been plucking the grays out of your beard. Yeah, I just try to keep it short enough now that doesn't happen. Race, yeah, 20 things we don't want to know about you. Ooh, like, well, I'm pretty sure if I did that naked dance live stream, that would be one thing you definitely didn't want to know. This live stream is a great opportunity for me to learn to dance. Byron at the music. No, I can't see that happening. I just can't see that happening. I've never been a dancer, honestly. I'm not good at anything. I'm one of the least coordinated. Like, you know, the stereotypical white guy dancing, like that is me. They probably show that because they saw me dancing somewhere. You know, like I have no rhythm at all. At all. Now, ironically though, actually this isn't, I have no rhythm, but I was oddly interested in breakdancing when I was a teen. So there's something you didn't know about me and probably didn't want to know. So talk about feeding two birds with one scone. I actually enjoyed breakdancing when I was younger and used to do, you know, I wasn't very good at it, but I enjoyed like kind of playing around with it. You know, doing some stalls and spins and stuff. But Running Out says, okay, I have to ask as I missed most about snow talk. Much noise from children here. Where do I live? All right, so I am in eastern Canada. I'm in Nova Scotia, which is one of the most eastern provinces right on the Atlantic. So that's where I am. Mark says, all right, got a question. Do I keep all my content that I record, back it up or anything? Yeah, as far as backing up goes, that's a really good idea, but no, I don't have it backed up because number one, this laptop is a piece of junk. I mean, it's not very good at all. So as far as storage space goes, I just don't have it on this. I do have some external hard drives. Like I've got this one, which is a 4 terabyte, but and if we've got a 2 terabyte one as well. But I haven't started putting my videos and stuff on them. Like I could just re-download them in MP4 format from YouTube and then save them somewhere. But I haven't gotten around to doing that because really I've just been using those hard drives for like downloading music or movies or TV shows or things like that. But it's a good idea and I probably should. So thanks for the reminder, Mark. Race Liver says, yeah, he's from Canada. Yeah, exactly. We're all dumb here. Produce Not Pills, which I believe was Red is Red. Am I correct about that? I think I'm correct about that. It says, hello. Well, hello, mate. Byron says, feeding two birds with one scone. In England, we say hitting two birds with one stone. Well, yeah, that is the saying. You know, that's the saying about injuring two birds and being a bully. But I'm not going to say that. That's a very violent little saying. So I'm going to change it. I don't remember where I heard it first, but feeding two birds with one scone. That's the polite one. All right, so Produce Not Pills says, yes, everyone kept calling me Red Lizard. I figured I may as well change it. Oh, shit. Okay, I see. Is there something in particular, like, I'll recognize your name. Is there something in particular that you would like me to call you? Is it Red? Is it, Red is Red? Is it Produce Not Pills? Produce? Like, what do you want me to actually call you? Do you have a name so that when I see it, I can just be like, hey, that's person, insert name here? Because I'll remember it. I promise you that. I promise you I will try to remember it. Ashley. Okay, cool. Ashley. Right on. Byron says, yeah, get it. Vegan version. Exactly. Running with Mark. Not sure if you even need the content again. Just figuring out if I really need to back it up or just delete. I always just delete it. Man, I don't, I can only save so much on my laptop at a time. So usually I'll make sure that my video is up. I've watched through it a couple times. Everything seems to be fine. And then when I go to edit my next video, I'll just delete out. I've got a folder called Clips to Edit. And I just have the last video in there until I'm editing the next one. And then I just delete the old and I just move on from there. All right, so any thoughts on Tim Sheaf getting off on Salmon in lingerie? Yeah, well, of all the fish, salmon is definitely the sexiest. Well, Race, you missed my stream the other night, but that was really, really disturbing. That was sick. I'm done talking about Tim at this point in time. He's a waste of my energy. But, well, okay, I say I'm done, but I mean, you brought it up. So, all right, I think he's a nutcase. I think he's completely off his marbles, lost his marbles, he's off his rocker, whatever, little idiom you want to insert. He's contradicted himself so many times from a place of just confusion that it's clear that he doesn't even know what the answer to the question is, or maybe even what the question is that he's asking himself. He doesn't have a clear path because he doesn't know what the goal is or even what he's going to do on that path. So I just don't even know. But as far as mentioning the fact that he had a wet dream after eating the salmon, that really did it for me. Like, that was just like, you have an issue that is way above and beyond any health issue, physical or mental, that has caused you to move away from the plant-based lifestyle. That was too much. Have I seen Foot Soldier's vid with the jizz in my pants video with? Yeah. Yes, I have. I've seen so many, and honestly, I mean, if there's a silver lining, it's the silver lining to Tim doing this craziness lately is that some of the best YouTube content has come out in the last couple of weeks, hands down. And yeah, I did see the poll he made asking about people's diets. That was ridiculous as well. Although I did vote, and I said, yeah, I'm vegan. I'm not going to watch any of his content, but I'm still subscribed to him and I'm still following him because I'm just waiting to see if in a couple weeks or something, or maybe in a month or something like that, he jumps back to vegan because he realizes that, what he's doing now isn't working. I'm just waiting to see where he jumps next. I'm just curious. But yeah, Tim Ego Sheaf, what a tool, Mark says. Agreed. Ashley says, hope he comes to his senses, but feels like he will go full carnivore. Yep, who knows, right? That's why I'm still following along. I'm not going to give him any watch time, but I'm curious. Thanks, Byron, for posting that link for the live stream from the other night. That was definitely one of the most popular videos I've uploaded. No surprise. or actually just live stream. Hench Herbivore's video today was great. Yes, absolutely, Mark. That was. So anybody who wants to, oh my God, I'm just seeing races. I should dress up as a salmon in lingerie for my 1K celebration and dirty talk Tim back towards veganism seductively. I can do it. You know what? That would almost be worth doing, because that would be hilarious. I did take, I was in drama class, like in high school. I did take some drama classes and stuff, and I really enjoyed improv, and for a while thought about getting into acting. So maybe, but probably not with lingerie, because I don't own any, and I'm certainly not going to go buy any. But yeah, Paul's video was great. It really was. I mean, it's not often that you see Paul get worked up and get angry about things, but when he does, he's able to do it in just a still very logical and pointed way, and I really appreciate it. That vid could go viral if you pull it off correctly. I know. It could either go viral because people love it, or then all of a sudden I've got myself dancing as a naked salmon on the internet, and you know, I don't think there's much of a middle ground. That's going to go one of two ways. So, yeah, I don't know about that. But yeah, Ashley, very logical. Exactly. And, you know, I mean, last thing about it, I guess, is that if Tim had actually just followed through with the next step and then he still wasn't able to get healthy for whatever reason, then, you know what? Obviously, it's not like I'd be supporting him, but at least at that point you could say that he tried something and tried the next thing instead of just ducking out and making excuses. So I don't think that it would have gotten quite the backlash. Yes, dance, you naked salmon, dance. Well, okay, this stream has taken a turn, hasn't it? What do you do? Again, I'm not much of a dancer, but I could probably wriggle like a fish. Give us a list of 3 or something of your favorite vegan activist YouTubers. Okay, well, I'll list a few off right now that I absolutely love, and I'll watch every single video, unless I miss one, you know, by accident. But, all right. So, my favorite vegan activist YouTubers are definitely, in no particular order, you've got Joey Carbstrong, because that guy is just top-notch. You've got Earthling Ed, obviously. I think Ed has done as much as anybody for this. You have James Aspie as well, because he also brings a very just calm and kind and mellow approach. So he kind of, he's balance. James brings a lot of balance. I love Gary Yourofsky, even though I haven't always 100% agreed with every single thing that he has said when he's talking about things that are not within the scope of veganism. But he is amazing when it comes to just speaking it as it is, telling it like it is. I really, really appreciate Emma at Banana Warrior Princess. I think she, again, has a very just nice, nuanced street interview approach where it's not too aggressive, but it's still very pointed. Definitely uses that Socratic method very well in asking a lot of questions and bringing people to their own realizations instead of trying to force it upon them. Those are just a few off the top of my head, I guess. Race Lever is definitely within the top 5. I don't know about number 3, but definitely within the top 5 because, yeah, just top notch. Yes, go check me out on Instagram. Thanks, Byron. Appreciate that. Ashley says we got to move for better activists, I guess. Yeah, I guess so, because, well, around here there's pretty much nothing. Like, there is a little bit, like I live about an hour outside of Nova Scotia's capital city, which is Halifax. I know there's a Halifax in the UK as well. Almost all of our place names are named after places in the UK or like Germany or whatever because of, you know, who it was settled by. But I live about an hour away from Halifax, and so there is some activism that happens there. You know, we do have like a direct action everywhere, a DXE, Halifax. There is an anonymous for the AV, anonymous for the voiceless group in Halifax, as well as in the Valley, which is kind of on the north side of the province. But really, where I am, which is down along the South Shore region, there really isn't much going on because, I mean, it's not a densely populated area at all. I think the biggest town around here is like 10,000 people. And almost everything else is just small communities or little towns. So there isn't much established here yet, but I'm hoping that I can maybe try to work with other few kind of semi-local folks to set something up. Even if it's just like having a booth at a farmer's market or something like that. I've got a few ideas. We'll see. Trump, my love, says, I voted for the greatest man to ever live, Donald Trump. Oh, wow. Thank you, Trump, my love, for coming in here and talking about our savior, Donald Trump. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you're not welcome here if this is serious. And judging by the channel name, it is. So, where do I hit this button? Oh, thanks, Byron. Okay. Byron took care of that. Thank you, sir. I don't want to discuss any politics here, really, but I'm certainly not going to have Trump people spewing Trump shit because he is a shithole. Race Lover says, I do smacktivism. I ask people if they're vegan. If they say no, I smack them. I support that message, comrade. All right. Byron says, ironically, I live an hour from Halifax. Well, that's funny. All right. Different Halifaxes, same kind of distance. Greatest orange man, maybe. Yes. King of the Oompa Loompas. My channel is activist work, but maybe I could travel every month or so. Yeah, I'd like to do something like that. Obviously I have a full-time job. I work Monday to Friday, so I do have my evenings and weekends free. So, you know, I can try to figure something out, especially if I've got a long weekend. I do get a long weekend pretty much every month because there's some holiday or another that, you know, that does that. So maybe it's something I'm going to try to work out. And it would be cool if me and Jamie went out and made a video. Yes. So she's kind of taken a bit of a hiatus away from YouTube. But, you know, if not with Jamie, definitely with some other local vegan friends. I'd love to do something. I'd even just having a chat with people out on the street or something. So it's the kind of content that is hard to do when it's -10 out in February in Canada, but something I'd like to put more of a focus on moving forward. Kim Jong-un. Oh, yeah, cool. I got all the great leaders of the world here. Even here in North Korea, we all know that Donald Trump is the man and CNN is fake news. Okay, yeah, awesome. Not sure how you're seeing this since North Korea has its own sort of separate internet situation. But hey, one of you guys want to go ahead and remove that as well, because I'm not here for the Rocket Man either. Trump and Kim Jong-un. Well, I feel so blessed. I've got, what, 11 people watching them. And 11 people watching, and 2 of them are world leaders. Wow, I feel special. Race Lover says, quit your job, become a professional salmon in lingerie dancer. You've already solved all my problems. Actually, you know what? You really are brilliant. So I've got to give you credit there. Mark says, gotta go. Great to join for a while. Peace and plants. All right, man. Thanks for popping by. Yeah, it's like 10 o'clock there, so have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Yeah, see, Race, here's the thing about quitting my job, becoming a professional salmon and lingerie dancer. I don't think there's much of a market for that. There's only about maybe one person that I know of who's interested in that kind of stuff, and so it just wouldn't be a good market for that here, and I'd have a hard time being able to support myself and you know, have a house to live in and pay and stuff. Fake news CNN. Unfortunately, Kim's right. Is all right. Do one of you have like 6 channels that you're just in here like with various things? This is hilarious. Obviously, this is the same person doing this, which is great. It's entertaining as hell. But so we've got Trump, we've got Kim, and we've got fake news CNN, all in here watching this lovely live stream on a Sunday afternoon. Wow, that's cool. So when does Anderson Cooper show up? Other omnis probably get off on it. You never know. Yeah, true enough. I mean, I'm sure there's more than just Tim in the world, but at the same time, I don't really want to support that market. So, Trump is vegan, says Race Lover. Well, I don't know about that. Um, yeah, where are you going with that one? Because I don't believe that. I'll take your word for it, though. I mean, he seems more to me like someone who might enjoy a dancing salmon in lingerie. Oh, Trump's toupee is vegan. He eats lots of oranges. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, I can see that. Yeah, he eats lots of oranges. I'm just gonna eat this banana because I've been here yapping for 47 minutes already. Burn a lot of calories talking for 47 minutes straight. Carrots as well. Yeah, he definitely eats a lot of carrots, guaranteed. Who is this guy? Oh, Trump is king. All right, so that's 4 so far. We've got 4 of those accounts so far coming in. That's hilarious. All right, Byron says 8 p.m. here, food time. All right, man, take it easy. Enjoy your dinner. What are you having for dinner tonight, Byron? Race Lover says, eat it like a salmon would. How would a salmon exactly eat a banana? I'm not really sure how to emulate that. Um, hmm. Just send me some tips on that one, Race. I don't know how to eat a banana like a salmon. Donald Trump has arrived. All right. Sweet potato mash, mushrooms, and Linda McCartney sausages. Oh, that sounds really good, actually. That sounds really great. And Donald Trump says, thank you for your vote, everyone. Keep them coming in 2020. Build the wall. Mega greatest ever. How about this? Fuck your hat. Yeah, Ashley. You know what he's not having exactly? He's not having the flesh of an animal. Because he's smarter than that. He realizes he doesn't need to do that. That's awesome. Ray says, only going to tell you if you promise to do it. Sorry. Banana's gone. What do I do? Can't help you out, Race. But if you send me that via some kind of a private message or something, I'll take it in consideration for next time. Raven Veganista says, eating vegan. I don't know what that is. What is that? Pasole? I don't know what that is. What's the topic? No, there's no topic here. We are just, who knows? We're winging it. I came into this with absolutely nothing planned. All I did was write the title, Q&A Hangout. So, whatever you want to talk about. If you have any questions, topics, whatever, it's all good. I'm just here going with the flow. To kind of recap a little bit, I filmed some videos this morning, some recipe videos. We've had several Donald Trump trolls coming along. Um, Salmon lingerie dancing is the topic, says Race Lover. That has come up because of a recent ex-plant-based folk who has talked about his salmon eating days. But yeah, okay. Can you explain to me what that is, Raven Veganista? What exactly is that thing that you were saying that you were eating tonight? I've never heard of that. I have no idea what that is. And in the meantime, Ashley says, "Why did Jamie take time off YouTube?" I think it was just kind of a personal thing, just just taking a break, and yeah, I've taken breaks before too, a couple months at a time or something. So I think it was just need some time away. I guess not too bad for just completely winging this. Been here for 51 minutes, and you know, you guys haven't told me I'm boring yet. Although I'm sure you're thinking it, but Race says I have no idea what Jamie looks like. I don't believe she exists. Yeah, she does exist, and not just as a figment of my imagination. Um, I'm trying to think if she's on any of my old videos. Probably. I mean, I'm sure she is, but she does exist. I assure you, she does exist. She is very real, and yeah. And if she's not, then I guess I'm just as crazy as Tim. Ashley says, "Don't take a break. We need you." Okay, well, yeah, no, I'm sticking around. I'm not gonna take a break. I feel like there's been some momentum on the channel lately, and I'm having fun with it. So if it stops being fun at any point in time, if I don't enjoy it, then yeah, I'm not gonna continue to do it. But for now, everything is all good. Ray says, "So you have no picture of her, not looking realistic." Yeah, well, I don't think I do have any pictures right here. No, I don't have any pictures. Everything is digital nowadays, so how can I show you a picture of her? She is real. Um, yeah, I gotta figure out what this pasole or pasol thing is that this Raven. Oh, that looks good. A traditional super stew from Mexico. Oh yeah, that looks really good actually. Nice. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just Googled it and just looked at a couple pictures. That looks really, really good actually. And a little bit spicy. That's perfect. I love Mexican inspired dishes. Yeah, that'd be great to have some shredded jackfruit in there. Wow. Actually, one of the dishes that I made today, one of the recipe videos, was kind of like a cheesy enchilada style, um, sort of a one pot dish. Ray says, "I make the best." Well, there you go. We're going to have a competition now, aren't we? Perfect for the weather. Yeah, yeah. Especially here. I mean, I think it's about minus 12 out there right now. It's minus 12 C, so a little bit over 0 Fahrenheit. And yeah, it's spicy cold out there. It's like the reverse of spicy. It's bitterly cold. So I always enjoy a lot of soups and stews and spicier dishes this time of the year. And so that nice cheesy enchilada, almost like a hamburger helper style, of dish, just something quick and easy, one pot meal. That was one of the things I did today, and it was really, really good. But yeah, this pozole, I'll have to try that sometime. Spicy, SP, minus the SP. Icy, yes, yes. Wow. So reverse spicy is just icy. I wonder if that was I wonder if that's coincidence, or I wonder if whoever made up these words ever decided, hey, let's just make them sound the same. Produce Not Pills. Ashley says, do you agree, Produce Not Pills, or do you believe in medicine? I believe that food and proper diet should be our absolute first course. Like that should be it should be all about the preventative medicine and the preventative lifestyle. Food is definitely number one. If somebody is to a point where, like, let's say I got sick with some kind of a viral infection or something and I needed to take antibiotics or something, and it just seemed like that was the responsible thing to do, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to doing what you need to do to be healthy. But obviously, you can't just live like, or you shouldn't just live eating like a standard Western diet, just letting yourself be sick all the time and just relying on Western medicine. I mean, that's not a good idea. But yeah, I do agree that you should have a proper diet as like your first line of defense. Super Epic Connor says, "How you doing, John? I'm doing all right. How are you? Thanks for joining." Tyrone says, "Nirvana fan, I see." Yeah, a little bit. Definitely like some Nirvana. This hoodie, actually, I got this for Christmas from Jamie. It's my new favorite article of clothing. It's so comfortable. It's like a really soft, but quite warm. Also a huge fan of like other bands from that kind of era, like Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, stuff like that. Pearl Jam. Real vegans only take 2 cucumbers and half a lemon for virus infection. Well, you know what, Race? If that works for you, you do what you can do. Where exactly do you put the cucumbers? Because, since you've been talking about some pretty racy stuff, maybe that's where you got your name. And grass, Dan says, yes, we eat lots of grass. That's one great thing. I save on fuel. I don't have to start up the lawnmower in the summer. I just go outside and graze for a couple days. Saves on groceries as well. It's awesome. Great thing about being vegan. Do you ever wonder what foot soldier looks like? No, I don't. I have a theory on that one. I haven't traditionally followed that channel, all that much, but I think that Foot Soldier is somebody else that I know whose content I used to watch a while ago, and I think I've seen that person's face before. So if I'm right about who he is, then I know who he is and I know what he looks like. And Ray says John is Foot Soldier. No, John is not Foot Soldier. John is the cat wrangler, because Marley is walking over everything. Isn't that right, baby? Say hi to YouTube. Say hi. Hey. Say hi, baby. All right. There you go. The lemon gets squeezed into John's eyes at the same time. Ah, that sounds atrocious. Okay, stop digging at that, please. I'm on YouTube here. Actually, I'm surprised it took an hour for one of the cats to come in here and start bothering me. But yeah, I don't have any real evidence of who Foot Soldier is, but I think I might know who that is. So, it's a possibility. I love how Race Lover just retracts every single message so they don't show up on the replay. Probably good with some of the hilarious shit you say, because taken out of context, people might think that you're not really such a nice person, but we know better. We know better. Jamie is foot soldier. Yes. Shh. Don't tell anyone. That's why I have no pictures. No. Let me see here. I don't know what else is going on, guys. Any other questions? Any other questions? That was a good one from Ashley. A couple good ones from Ashley. So everyone take Produce Not Pills lead and ask the question, since this is supposed to be a Q&A. What? You're super nice. Yeah, I know. No, I know you're really nice. What I'm saying is, anybody rereading the live chat, if they were watching this later once it's been uploaded and posted, might not understand what's going on because, people can take things out of context. Nothing but sunshine, roses, and puppy dog noses. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Raven says, I know it's overkill at this point, but what's your not in my realm in a nutshell? What do you think of the Tim Sheaf situation? Kitty. Yes. All right. So I'm done making content about Tim, but since you've asked the question, I'll just put it in a nutshell. I think he is suffering from some very sincere mental issues. I think that he is a serious victim to his own ego. And I don't think he's intending to be a complete douchebag. But, I mean, his comments and videos speak for themselves, right? So, at this point, to me, he's a lost cause, and we'll just have to see what happens. That's Tim in a nutshell for me. I don't see enough clarity there to even try to help the guy at this point. I think he'll find his own path, as he always does. So, whatever. Nick says, hey, John. Hey, Nick, what's going on? Everybody go check out Nick Trition. Nick is a great vegan YouTuber, also a great runner. Definitely way faster than me, but does some inspiring stuff, has run a couple ultras, and I believe you have what, a 50 miler coming up this year, Nick? Raven says, sorry, meant you're new in my realm. Good to know. Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. Nice to meet you too. I'm glad you popped by, so appreciate that. Ray says, you were dropping the ball by not seductively dancing as a salmon in lingerie during Tim, luring Tim back to veganism. There's a market for it. Yeah, so, well, Nick, thanks for joining. And in case you were wondering what this live stream has been about so far, it's been an hour of Race Lover telling me I should be doing seductive dancing while pretending to be a salmon in lingerie, and that would help Tim come back to veganism. So you are up to speed, my friend. Doing 100K. Okay, awesome. I knew it was either a 50 miler or 100K. I have no plans of like racing any marathons this year or whatever. I was going to focus on speed work. Yeah, exactly. I was going to focus on some speed work and stuff. I've got a little bit coming up this spring that might change my plans a little bit, but I was thinking about just doing kind of like a fun run with just one other friend. There's this one really good loop that's perfect, 50K. So I might try to do that actually in August, and that would be my first ultra. But that wouldn't be like a race environment. That would just be like me and a buddy going out and doing that, and it taking whatever amount of time it takes. No pressure at all. V per Frugivoro. Hi, John. Hey, how are you? Thanks for joining. Appreciate your company as well. Definitely seeing some faces here that I don't often see, so it's always nice to see those new names and new faces. Nick, yeah, it'll be awesome. And it's all just about enjoying it. And even when I'm training hard, trying to, prepare for a marathon or whatever, I still try to enjoy the process. Because if I'm not, what's the point, right? If it's not fun, I shouldn't do it. Um, Ray says it's not just the salmon dance. Have to give horrible animal egg stats while the dance to remind him. Right? Yeah, yeah, because he's definitely lost his way on that, thinking that the appeal to nature, the appeal to futility, kind of fallacies that he's just spouted off recently is just appalling, just appalling. Um, Dang, 100K, and I thought my 350 marathons were something. Yeah, hey, that's great. Marathons, anybody, honestly, I only ran my first marathon 2 summers ago, and that's a huge accomplishment. Anybody who can run that distance and get that done, yeah, that's great. And actually, a 350 marathon, I've only run 3 marathons. My personal best is only about a 357, so that's awesome. Um, I'd love to be able to do, well, I say I would love to be able to. I am able to. I'm not trained to do so. I haven't done it yet. So maybe someday I'll go ahead and get into ultra running as well, but I would like to work on speed work though. Ashley says, is there many products we don't think about being vegan or not that may be produced using animals? I'm trying to step up my awareness. Uh, I'm trying to think of like, I mean, there's a lot of different ingredients in food or whatever that could potentially come from an animal that are normally for the food industry derived from plants, but you know, that you'd kind of have to check with the company. Other things that just in your everyday life or whatever, maybe not food. I would say maybe things that have like adhesives or glues or things like that. Obviously, we know the things to avoid, like your wool and down and leather and stuff like that. Um, but it's hard once you get like too deep into stuff because we live in a non-vegan world, obviously. So let's just say you're going to buy a sofa or something, or okay, Race Lever says razors. I'm sure there's something in that or in some of them that have some sort of animal product or you know derived thing. So you have to just kind of make your most informed decision, I think. All right, guys, I just need to go grab some more water. I'm going to be back in 1 minute. Okay, that's funny. Vegan diet made John too thin to see. Yeah, I'm thin. No, I just had to step out for a sec. Um, but yeah, so Raisa says in the Glide gel, some use animal ingredients. Yeah, so there's always things to look out for, and you got to do a little bit of your research, but it's hard to say. I guess it would depend on what it is. If you were planning on making a purchase, just googling like vegan X or whatever it is, right? Raven says training for marathons allowed me to enjoy the act of running. I'd go to enjoy camping, but then I'd end up running 16 miles. Yeah, It is very meditative, and like it's active meditation for me. It's one of the main reasons why I enjoy running. Obviously, I see, personal benefits. Like I actually lost about 30 pounds from running. Like I only started running in mid 2016. And when I started, like I'm not a tall guy. When I started, I was up probably 30 pounds overweight and probably even like 40 pounds over my ideal weight because I'm still like a few pounds over probably like ideal running weight or whatever. But yeah, that was one of my main reasons for starting was just to get out there, get more active, and get some better cardio as well. But so yeah, I lost like 30 pounds from running. Really just started enjoying it. But it being active meditation was probably the best thing for me. Long runs are what cars and bikes were made for. Well, yeah, I guess if if you'd rather do it that way. But for me, I'd love just to go out and hit the trail. And if I'm out there for 2 hours or something, or even just an hour, but going out, getting on the trail, hearing the birds chirping in the background and all the animals just doing their thing, it just kind of puts you in a place that most of us don't really see very often. We don't tend to like go out into nature enough. So it's nice for sure. Or maybe a snowmobile if you're from Canada. Yeah, yeah, maybe a snowmobile as well. Although, honestly, even though there's some snow on the ground right now, this is the first time this winter, as of yet, where I am in Nova Scotia, that there's been snow on the ground for more than a couple days at a time. It usually just melts away, like due to some rain or something. Um, but we did get 6 inches or something the other day, and it's been down for a couple days now. It's still out there, and we've got some more snow coming tonight. So looks like we might be in for a snowy March. Do I say a lot? I don't think that I do. I think that typical or like stereotypical Canadian accent is more so from people further out west, either in Ontario or like out in the prairie provinces. Here on the East Coast, there can be a very strong sort of local accent, but it's generally influenced more by different European like Scottish or Irish kind of accents, or a lot of German heritage here as well that came and settled the particular area that I'm in. So some of that more guttural sounding rural sounds. But Ray says, I heard Nova Scotia was beautiful, then I clicked on this video. Yeah, no, it's pure shit. No, it's Nova Scotia absolutely sucks because, I mean, look at me. I'm here. So yeah, so Raven, that answers your question. I'm in Nova Scotia, Canada, East Coast, and sorry, I'm seeing something weird on my road out here. Okay. This is a guy walking with his dog, but it was like they were walking sideways, so that's weird. Nick says, would I ever visit New York? Yeah, absolutely. I would love to visit New York. I've got a few places that I'd really like to go check out. Probably like 5 different locations in the U.S. that I'd really like to get to because I have kind of a concentration of fellow vegan friends in those areas. Some of my favorite people that I've never met in real life, but that I would absolutely love to visit and see sometime, are from YouTube. And so Shannon and Eddie come to mind from Veggie Nuts. They live on Long Island. I'd love to visit them sometime. And of course, I know New York State is bigger than just the city or whatever, but yeah, I'd visit New York for sure. Did your first marathon in October 2017, then a 50 miler in May. Yeah, you jumped up fast, man. You really did. But you'd been running for a while, hadn't you? Like, when did you start running? Didn't you kind of run for Like, I think you were running when you were younger as well, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, and I'm probably wrong about that, but that's fine. So to elaborate on your last question, I'd also really like to visit the UK. I've got lots of friends over in the UK, and I'd love to do kind of a tour around. Like, it'd be great if I could take like a month and just tour around and visit everybody. So, about 7 years now you've been running. Yeah, I wish you started sooner. That's the thing about it, man. Running to me is like veganism. My only regret is that I didn't do it sooner. So, been vegan now for almost 5 years and running for about 2.5. I wish that these were things that I would have just done, lifelong. Race Lover says, "Can I stay in your house in Nova Scotia while you're in New York, John?" Um, I mean, you probably could, but I'm not sure why you would want to. It's so cold here. You don't want to do that. What's next? Dan says, "Wish he had started running sooner as well." Yep, absolutely. Raven, yes, I believe that was from Nova Scotia. In fact, yes, it was. And my aunt had just posted about this recently. I believe that some of that was actually filmed very close to where she works. Nick, looking forward to a run with you one day. Yes, absolutely, man. If I ever get a chance, sometimes I get a chance to travel with work. Like last year, I got to go to Phoenix and Chicago. Sure, they were short little 4-day trips, but still, like, long enough to get out and do something. I might be going to Nashville in about a month for another kind of conference sort of thing. So if I ever get a chance to go to the New York area for work, I will definitely hit you up. Dan says there is a run called the Omen, 66.6 miles. Oh man, yeah, don't think you're ready for that yet. Yeah, I'm definitely not ready for that. I'm a little bit out of shape. Well, I'm not out of shape, but I'm just like not well trained because I haven't done much running in the new year since my, since taking the break after the run streak. But I'd like to train for something like that someday, but it's a little intense. Ashley says you're in the Chicago area. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I was actually I stayed in kind of an outskirts city, probably about a half an hour north, I think, called Gurnee, where the Six Flags is. I stayed there. I didn't stay at Six Flags, obviously, but I stayed in that area, by that highway. And then, so the client that we were going to see and visit was, probably like halfway between there and Chicago. And then I got to stay 2 nights downtown Chicago, like right on the Magnificent Mile, basically. So that was pretty cool. Got to walk around. We had one evening where we were kind of free before we went back, and we got to walk around, downtown. And so we started trying to think of what hotel we stayed in, but it was one of like the nice older ones that was right in the heart of downtown, like right along the kind of the northern part of the Magnificent Mile. So we walked down, we crossed the river, we actually passed Trump Tower, which I may or may not have seen somebody urinating on, and or his hotel, not Trump Tower, but one of his hotels there. And then we walked down, got on State Street, checked that out because that was really cool. That was from one of my favorite Sinatra songs. And then we went to Native Foods Cafe, and that's down, I think that's just off State Street or close to it on Adams Street. So that was cool. Native Foods Cafe, I definitely would like to go back there sometime. And you say, okay, you're familiar with Gurnee. Yeah, right on. I mean, there wasn't much there. It seems like it's mostly kind of industrial park, sort of suburbia, but I don't know. Seemed nice, I guess. Native Foods is good. Yes, Native Foods is really good. So My non-vegan colleague that I went down there with, he went with me. So we got to this restaurant, and like, you know, he knows I'm the vegan guy, and like we've joked about it a little bit before, we've chatted a little bit, but he was a little skeptical. You could tell, right? So we got there, and they had their like jalapeno popper burger type deal with like, it was like a vegan cheeseburger with a jalapeno sauce and the fries, and it was really cool because they actually served beer in there as well. So we were able to get a couple beer while we were there. So that was all right. Um, yeah, he loved it. He's like, man, I could eat this every time. Like, I could eat something like this instead of a meat burger every time. So I think when people are exposed to good vegan food, they're like, oh, okay, this isn't what I thought it was. Um, Raven asks, serious question, do you lose toenails after a run? So I didn't lose any toenails, but when I ran my second marathon, which was the one in May of last year, where I was really trying to break my 4 hour mark on the first for the first time, I did have a small blister and a bruised toenail on the same toe, on like my fourth toe on my left foot. And so I didn't lose the toenail, but what kind of happened was like it kind of started to regrow under itself again. I mean, it's fine. You know, nothing crazy happened, but that was it. I've never really had any issues other than that. Never had any blisters other than that one. Like, no, it was good. Up north near Gurney, kind of ghetto. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't there long enough to really explore it or see it, but one thing though that definitely it was tough to see because you don't see it here in a small area where I live. I mean, you do see it to some degree in our capital city, but Halifax here is only like 400,000 people or something like that. Obviously, Chicago's like, I don't know how many million, but I think it's like the second or third biggest city in, yeah, what is it, like the third or fourth biggest city in the US or something. So millions of people. Seeing the amount of homelessness, that was tough to deal with when you're not used to seeing that, but what do you do? My nipples are still intact. Yes, my nipples are still intact because I put band-aids over my nipples whenever I run a long marathon, because otherwise you're gonna see some chafing, folks. You say you always lose one and they grow back. Okay, cool. I've typically not had any foot issues at all. Like, when I first started running and I wasn't running in proper running socks and it was just like going out in regular sneakers and regular cotton socks, I did get a couple of blisters, and that's just stupid because I just didn't know any better, but no, I'm good now. What time do we have? It is 4:30 here. I'll probably want to wrap it up soon-ish, half hour or something, because I'll want to get something to eat. Raven says, I've run about 10 marathons. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I've done 3. I did 3 marathons in the first 2 years of running. And then I was like, okay, I've been long distance training since I started running, basically. I want to get faster. So this year I'm focusing more on like, 5K speed and 10K speed. And I've got a couple of half marathons, so. Why the hell would anybody be homeless in Canada, in the US? I can't even understand why there are homeless people up north. Why don't they just go down south? Well, it's a good question, but I'm assuming that if you're homeless, you don't have the resources to just go south. So if you had the resources to transport yourself, buy the bus ticket or buy whatever, I don't know. I've never been in that situation, so I don't know. But I do agree that I would try to make that a priority if I found myself in that situation. I would want to obviously get to a warmer place if possible, but I mean, I don't know. I can't really comment on that too much. Never been in that situation, so. And you know, some of these people have kids and stuff too, and it's rough. It's tough to see, but what do you do? What's everybody having for dinner tonight? Or if you're over in the UK area, what have you already had for dinner tonight? Nick, what do you got on the go here tonight, Nick? I'm sure you've got something epic. You're always eating something great. And Ashley, and while Raven's having the pozole. Race, what are you eating tonight for your dinner? I'm curious. Don't everybody type at once. I'm thinking of going to this local vegan food truck. Nice. So it's actually called Thank Goodness It's Vegan. That's awesome, man. We don't have a lot of food trucks in my area because, again, I live out in the boonies. I live in nowhere, so I mean, it wouldn't even be profitable really to have like a food truck, probably, much less a vegan food truck. So that's awesome. I mean, in warmer weather, probably it would do a little better when it's touristy. See, where I live, it's very, very touristy. So from like the one little town that's near me, the population there is probably like 900 people. But in the summertime, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people walking the streets, taking pictures, doing the whole tourist thing. So a lot of the businesses around here will just like make an absolute killing in the summertime during like 3 or 4 months, and then even close up over the winter or something because there's just no point in being open. There's not enough local business. Ray says, have vegan meat pies already made? That sounds good. I haven't had something like that in a little while. I've had some vegan chicken pot pie type thing a couple of times since going vegan, but Nick asks, I know you like movies. Am I watching the Oscars tonight? No, I had no idea the Oscars were on tonight. As much as I watch movies and as much as I do enjoy watching some different shows, I actually never ever watch like actual cable TV or whatever, so I don't ever know what's actually happening on TV. Anything that I'm watching is either on Netflix or has been downloaded or is being streamed or something like that. Raven says it's 46 degrees. So 46, that would be, let me see, 32, that's 14, that's about 8, I'm going to say, 8 Celsius. And you're saying that that's too cold? Oh no, 8 degrees, that's perfect. That's awesome. Because it's like 8 degrees Fahrenheit here. Nick says, yeah, I hear you. Live action Disney films. Verdict, says Dan. I've liked them. I've liked any live action Disney film that has come out so far. I've enjoyed. I'm looking forward to some of them. I liked The Jungle Book. I'm really looking forward to Lion King. I'm looking forward to Aladdin. I'm guessing it must have been Disney. The Maleficent movie. Yeah, I like it. I'm definitely a fan of them remaking them into live action. Really looking forward to Dumbo. That's going to be cool too. I still watch VHS. Yes, I do. I still watch VHS. In fact, we have dozens of Disney films on VHS, and we watch them regularly. And Ray says, what is VHS? And I'm assuming that you're old enough to actually know what they are, and you're just being funny. Is there weather you really can't run in? Yeah, when it's super windy, it is a little bit tough, especially if you got like a really bad, really super cold, frosty headwind, and you know you're looking at like 30 or 40 mile per hour gusts, and it's like, you know, feels like minus 20 Celsius or something. Yeah, that can be pretty cold, and that can be pretty brutal to run in. But I mean, I still do. The only weather I really don't enjoy running in is like rain, heavy rain. I mean, Well, actually, that's not true. I have gone out and run in the rain before in the summertime, like it's a nice warm rain, like a tropical feeling kind of rain. That's not so bad. But um, I haven't found a temperature yet that I can't run in. I've run in as cold as minus 36 Celsius wind chill, which is about, shit, I don't even know what that is. Minus, here, let's do some math. What's minus 36 Celsius in Fahrenheit? Minus 36. Oh no, that's plus 36. Minus 36. That's minus 33 Fahrenheit. So I've run in a wind chill that felt like minus 33 Fahrenheit. And, you know, that you're wearing some layers. So I've run in that, and I've run in probably about 36 Celsius, like about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So there's about 135 degree Fahrenheit spread that I've run in, and I mean, I can do that, so that's no problem. Not like it's fun to run when it's that cold, because you have to wear like 2 thermal layers and a full jacket and a balaclava and like 4 pairs of gloves, and yeah, it's not like you're running fast, but Raven says, oh, you used to work the Oscars. Oh, well, that's cool. What are you all running from? We are running from dancing salmon in lingerie. How are you still alive? Did you go far? Okay, so actually, once you get moving along, honestly, as long as you get enough layers on, it doesn't matter how cold it is. You're fine as long as you keep moving. And I'm trying to think of what I did that day. I know I was trying to finish up one of the challenges on Strava, and I think that I had to run for an hour to do it. So it was slow going, and it did include a little bit of like every now and then just having to stop and like turn my back to the wind. But I probably managed, you know, 5.5 to 6 miles, somewhere in that range. So yeah, like 9 to almost 10 kilometers. You'll never outrun dancing. I'm assuming you meant salmon in lingerie. Yeah, you know what, but we can try, right? So that's all we can do is just endeavor to persevere. Oh my. We have fun here, don't we, folks? I think it's absolutely hilarious that anybody even comes here and does this. Like, I just come here and just randomly spout out shit from my mouth, and people are like, "Yay, live stream!" Okay, cool, I'll take it. Hey, see you, Nick. Thanks for popping by, man. Have a good one. Ashley says, "How did everyone like Nick's impression of Bobby's perspective?" Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Always entertaining. I like a little bit of comedy in YouTube as well, so it's always nice. We just come here to see if Byron's in the comments. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? When he goes and he takes that Byron charm with him, just not quite the same without him, is it? You know, we feel it right in here. You know, just it's kind of soul crushing when Byron leaves. Come back, Byron. We miss you, buddy. He's probably off doing more exciting things. I'm sure of it. So the other kitty, Dylan, has come to join me, and surprisingly, she's not causing a complete ruckus, but Raven says, running pouring, freezing rain, a half foot of water at intersections, pretty miserable. Yeah, you think you'd rather run in that than the heat? I don't know. It's weird because I really enjoy running in the cold because I don't overheat and I can just like have more endurance and stuff like that. But then sometimes it's just too hot. It's the humidity that kills me. So if it's like, you know, 90 degrees out, but it's not humid, I don't mind that at all. In fact, I did most of my marathon training for last July's marathon I did most of my training after work in the hottest part of the day, because knowing that I was going to be running a July marathon, I knew it was going to be warm. So I kind of got used to it. But if I had to choose like a constant, I would probably choose the cooler temperatures. But now, then again, we're probably talking about like a difference here, like 8C or 46 degrees. To me, that's not cold. That's beautiful, like perfect, cool running weather. So I would choose that over, 100 degrees anytime. But Byron would have danced as a salmon in lingerie, no questions asked. He's probably off doing that right now. He's probably practicing, actually. So Ashley asks, what do I think of apologists? Yeah. Okay, carnivore apologists, vegan apologists. I know what you mean. Yeah, I think it's sad to see people so quickly and easily just give up on their morals and drop their stance. And whoa, easy, Dylan. Whoa. Holy shit. It's sad when you see someone who you know actually gives a shit just make excuses for people. I mean, it's one thing if you've got like a friend or a family member who is like just never gonna go vegan, or maybe they are like 99% plant-based, or maybe they even do slip up or something. I can see if like a close friend or a family member you're a little bit less aggressive with, right? But when somebody online, when somebody like Tim or whatever, who used to be such a strong voice for veganism and for the animals, and who seemed to really get it, then just drops that. And then you see all these people who are just like, oh no, it's okay, just do your own thing, do your own journey. Like, fuck that. Like, no, I mean, you can't just respect your personal journey at the expense of others, or go on and telling people like, oh, it's okay, just do you, it's fine. Like, that's weak. Do I watch the movie Precious? I did not watch the movie Precious. Movies suck. I bet you'll hate it too. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to say. I think you're trying to ask me whether I liked the movie Precious and that you assume that I hated it, but I've never seen it, so I can't give you an honest answer on that. So, Precious equals best movie ever. I've heard some great things about it. I've heard it's a really, really cool, really good story, a very emotional movie. I don't know, but I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment. Trying to get away from the apologist mindset. These animals need us. Exactly. Yeah, the animals do need us, and that's just it. I mean, it's one thing to like not be as aggressive with people. You can take whatever approach you want, but when you start saying no, it is okay for you to go and victimize innocent beings, that's just not right. We know that that's not okay. And if somebody's a vegan and then they're just telling other people it's all right if you're a non-vegan, or if like, it would be like saying like, obviously we know murder and rape is wrong, but you know what? I'm not going to judge you if you want to do it because that's your choice. We would never say that. So why would we say about that about like someone who's actively participating in the animal holocaust? Right? I mean, all you need to do is drop the speciesist barrier and equate these crimes against animals to crimes against humans. It's not too extreme, though. It is comparable. See, here's the thing. You can't say that an act of violence that is unnecessary towards humans is abhorrent and that you would never, promote it, but that an act of cruelty that is absolutely unnecessary and violent towards animals, innocent beings, how is condemning that the same way you condemn murder or rape? How is that any different? They are all unnecessary and cruel acts of violence towards an innocent victim. It is all the same. It is all comparable. If it was necessary to eat animals, There's no social contract with animals. No, you've been conditioned to believe that humans are superior to animals. So if you honestly believe that you are above and beyond and you don't need to consider their lives or respect them, then okay, obviously that's your stance. But we can still appreciate the fact that we are more evolved and maybe more intelligent or technologically advanced than animals without killing them and without like victimizing them. So if we were really that much better than or above animals, we would recognize it's unnecessary to harm them and we would not do those things that harms them. I mean, it's easy. It's easy to see it once you realize that you don't need to hurt animals. You know, there's always going to be some indirect cause. There's always going to be some indirect harm. Our very existence. I walk outside, I could step on an insect, I could, whatever. Like, there's going to be unavoidable harm. But for the things that you can control, it is not difficult to just avoid harming animals to the best of your ability because it's not necessary. Every single long-term vegan is proof of that. So it is comparable. Raven says, I've been vegan going on 14 years. That's why you can see through the bullshit by these plant-based influencers. Exactly. I mean, you're a long-term vegan. Obviously, it's not necessary to harm these animals and to victimize them. You have the choice. You have the free will to choose whether or not to cause suffering and harm or to just live your life in as peaceable a manner as possible. So you've made a choice that aligns with your actions, right? But you can't judge people who eat meat since it's not sustainable yet. No, it's absolutely sustainable. In fact, if you watch Cowspiracy, it like, and you know anything about environmental impacts of animal agriculture, meat is not sustainable. The current food system is not sustainable. It is absolutely 100% sustainable to live a plant-based lifestyle and to eat as a vegan. It is way better for the planet, and you can feed so many more people on the amount of food that can grow on the land if you're growing plant-based crops and everything. So no, you're just, I'm sorry, but you were just absolutely wrong about that, Ian. You can judge people who eat meat because they're participating in something that is not necessary. You didn't mean that? Okay, I'm sorry, then just you'll have to clarify because we absolutely can survive on just plants. So I'm not sure what you're trying to say. And Brace agreed. There is no such thing as an ex-vegan. Because once you get it, you get it. It's like when you're a kid and you learn something new. Maybe it's some fact about the world or about history, or you learn something and then there's a paradigm shift. Forever from that point forward, you are a different person because your mind has just expanded to accept a new space of reality, a new understanding of the world and life and everything. Once you get to that point, you can't unlive that way, So that's why there's no ex-vegans. Yeah, in a state of emergency, and these people like, but it tastes good. Yeah, taste bud pleasure over the benefit of innocent animals being killed by the tens of billions per year, the environment because we're destroying the planet for animal agriculture at a rate that's higher than any other factor, and potentially for our health as well. I mean, obviously, eating whole food, plant-based, the science all directs towards that. But, I mean, I don't promote veganism as a health thing. But the reality is that when you look at it and you look at what is potentially the healthiest possible thing you could be doing, it's eating whole foods, plant-based. So, and yeah, ex-vegan is an oxymoron. Exactly. Like, think about being a kid and the first time maybe you're 5 years old or 6 years old or whatever age you are. And the first time you really understand and come to terms with a concept like death, for example, like forever from that point forward, you are different. You can't go back to not comprehending that. There's a paradigm shift that happens and a new reality exists from that point forward. You cannot go back. So no ex-vegans. Yeah, when people use vegan to describe their diet choice, exactly. That's a diet. Let's be real. Speaking of diet, it is soon time for me to eat something. I've been on here for 105 minutes, so that's an hour and 45 minutes. Getting a little bit hungry. Had that banana a little while ago, but it's time for some dinner, I think. So I'll probably wrap things up in the next 5 minutes. It's also getting, well, it's not quite 5 here, but it's overcast. I'm in Canada. It's winter. I'm going to start losing natural light pretty soon. So, yeah, we'll wrap things up pretty soon. If anybody has any last comments or questions, go for it. Ian, honestly, if I didn't understand you correctly, I apologize. I didn't mean to put you on blast or anything like that, but the reality is that it is perfectly sustainable to eat a plant-based diet, and folks deserve to understand why it's not okay to harm animals, and so calling them out or whatever is fine. It's sometimes you need a little bit of tough love, but I do agree that an informative and educational approach is probably the best way to do it. All right. Race says, I went vegan for all the beautiful single vegan females. Still counts because they're animals, so technically you still went vegan for the animals. Fair enough. Fiona says, hey from London. Hey Fiona, thanks very much for joining us. You're coming at the wrong time, I gotta be honest with you. I'm probably taking off in just a couple of minutes here, but long time, very healthy vegan here, almost 60, feel amazing. That's awesome, good to hear. Definitely, many examples of people who've been vegan for a long time and are doing just fine. So let's think about Dr. What was his name? What was the guy's name? Elmsworth? He was like 104 or something. He just recently passed away. He was like vegan for over 50 years. He was still a practicing heart surgeon at like 90 some. There's another great example. Ashley asks, were you a heavy smoker previously? Did you ever think you'd go from smoker to runner? Yeah, so I did smoke a lot. Yes, Ellsworth Wareham. Yes, thank you, Neil. Appreciate that. So yeah, I did actually smoke until I don't know, I was like 30. Yeah, this year will be 6 years, and I smoked pretty much a pack a day from the time I was about 16 to 30. So for about half my life, and then I quit and gave that up. Never thought I'd be a runner, to be quite honest with you. Although when I was younger, even though I was a smoker, when I was in my late teens and early 20s, I was fairly athletic. I used to play a lot of softball and baseball, basketball, things like that. So I was still athletic. I just didn't have the endurance and capacity. Didn't know how to be vegan 14 years ago. Wasn't knowledgeable. YouTube was not what it is today. Wasn't any good vegan transition foods, etc. It wasn't as easy. Excuses. Exactly. That's just it, Raven. I know even just 5 years ago when I was going vegan, in my local grocery stores, there was basically nothing. I mean, there weren't vegan this. No one around here knew the word vegan 5-10 years ago. It was, okay, there's tofu. And you could probably get some tempeh, but it all tasted like pure shit because it was just bland. No wonder people didn't like tofu if they had no idea what to do with it. But yeah, there weren't all these products available. You just had to eat whole foods and make it work. So it's so much easier just now, even 5 years later as a vegan, than it was when I first started. So yeah, you're right. Excuses. Race Lover, tell everyone to go to Conscientious Omnivore's live stream after this one. Yeah, okay, guys, go check it out, definitely. And I am going to wrap things up in the next couple of minutes, so that's a good segue. Go check out Conscientious Omnivore's live stream after this one. I don't know what's going on over there, but if Race tells me it's good, it is probably worth going to check out. Unless, of course, it is just Salmon dancing in lingerie like Race Lover's been trying to make happen on this live stream. If you weren't here for that, I can't explain it. You'd have to ask them. It's crazy, I know, but that's what we do around here. Crazy stuff. So, okay, I'm going to wrap it up then. Thanks, everybody, for popping by. I think it was probably somewhere between like 8 and 10 people here for most of it, which is great for a channel as small as mine. Under 1,000 subs. I got some ideas for things I might do for my 1K subscriber video that'll be, hopefully coming up relatively soon. If you haven't already, hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber here, please do subscribe. We try to have some fun here, mix up the content. And yeah, that's about it. Ashley, no, I didn't see that. So that'll be the last question that I answer. Go check out the Conscientious Omnivore live stream after this one. And thanks everyone for joining. Raven, thank you. We'll see you next time. Peace, guys. See you, Dan.